so messy here.
Okay. You're already clean. We're already live.
I'm from the Philippines.
I'm from Phoenix.
Together, we're
Phils
to
to Phoenix. 2 countries.
One heart.
Welcome to our live stream.
So it's been...
We're in a hotel room. We're by ourselves. We both tested negative.
Yay!
We could lose these things.
It's really, really uncomfortable.
Hey, we can breathe again.
Yep. Finally. Hi, everyone.
I know.
Hi to Ophelia and some Joe.
And hi, Lumpia Life.
Thank you so much for watching us. You at the beach.
Hey, Michael and Heidi. Yeah, sadly, we're not at the beach yet.
We're staying in the hotel.
Yeah, that comes next week, maybe.
Yeah, so.
That we had a interesting time getting here.
Yes, it does.
We started out in Phoenix on October 7th and got here at 10 a.m. October 9th. Yeah, somewhere over the Pacific, a day just kind of disappeared.
Yeah. How was the airport experience in Cebu?
Actually, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
That I've never had that PCR test before.
What?
I had somebody stand behind me and hold my head to make sure I didn't yank or jerk.
It's really uncomfortable.
It wasn't painful like some has made comment.
Yeah.
But it was exceedingly uncomfortable.
And it's like tickling your nose.
Yeah, it felt like somebody was trying to scratch back your throat through your nose.
Because it's 2 of these nostrils, the right and the left, in your mouth.
Yeah, because they did both nostrils and one in the mouth.
Swab or rapid and swab.
Yeah, they did the swab. I think it's
Swab.
It's swab, but
Yeah.
it was rapid, so I don't know if it's rapid or if it's swab.
They call it swab test.
But I've also heard it referred to as a rapid test too. So I'm not sure which one it actually technically is.
Yeah.
But it was the one where they crammed a Q-tip up your nose and scratched your throat.
Yeah, that's the one. It might be the swab test.
We actually...
So it was a very interesting experience from Phoenix to Seattle. It was a smooth one. We don't have hiccups and everything. But from Seattle to Taipei, that's the issues come up. Yeah,
that I carry a Leatherman with me at all times, everywhere I go, ever since that for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And normally I am really good about the last thing as we're checking bags to pull it out of my pocket and stuff it in the checked bags.
Yeah. So
I forgot.
Lumpia Life, Kevin has a question. Were you tested before flying? Actually,
No,
we did not. My sister-in-law, your sister, advised that it's not worth it.
Yeah, because again, it would have been on our dime in Phoenix, and no one wouldn't have done anything.
Yeah.
We did the research, so we knew for a fact, no matter what you brought with you, you were getting tested here in Cebu, and it was going to be about $100 per test.
So it's like 4,900 if you are a returning Filipino citizen. But if you are an OFW, then it would be free. You just go to the different line.
Well, you should have told me you were an OFW.
No, you cannot do that.
Yeah, your passport would have been stabbed.
Yeah. So what airline did you fly from Michael and Heidi? We flew Alaska Airlines from Phoenix to Seattle, and Seattle to here to Cebu. It's EVA Air.
EVA Air,
whatever. EVA.
I'm not sure if it's pronounced EVA Air or EVA Air, but
yeah. So
that went out of Taiwan.
John looks like an OFW. How long did it take for 9 a.m. in LA?
We actually didn't go through LA. We tried repeatedly
Yeah.
to book a Philippine Airlines flight that's direct from LA to Cebu.
Yeah.
And in June it was changed to Manila, and we said, no, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
And it was changed to July.
Yes, and then it changed.
Or no, it was changed to October 4th. It was changed to early October 4th or 9th or something like that.
No, it changed September, and then we rebooked the ticket
And
final
then
in October.
again in September it changed, going back to LA, and that's when we in the beginning of September we asked them, do you have any flights going into Cebu, directly into Cebu? And they came back about 10 minutes later and said no, that everything they've got goes through LA at that point. So we dropped back 10, and because we didn't want it with all the stuff going on in Manila, and then immediately having to fly here.
Yeah.
We didn't want to have to deal with that. So we just said the heck with it and started searching around, and we found the EVA flight and booked it through Expedia. And it wasn't too bad. That we left Phoenix at 7:05
we arrived
7:05 p.m. at night.
and we arrived in Seattle at 10, and then
1 a.m. we took a flight to Taiwan.
And then that was really interesting.
And then Taiwan to here, and showed up here, got here Friday the 9th at 10 in the morning.
Yeah, 10 o'clock. Actually 9:45, and then we get tested. We got our swab test at 10, and then we left in the Cebu airport exactly 11 o'clock.
Yeah, and then they took us straight here. They were really cool. He had another passenger, another local he was taking. And they stopped at a 7-Eleven for us.
Yeah,
so
really cool.
We got some supplies before we got locked in the room for a couple of days.
Yeah. And then Ophelia and Joe said, I avoid Manila like the play, pardon the pun.
Yeah. We don't avoid it quite that badly, but if we can manage to not go through Manila, we will usually take that option.
Yeah. And then Michael and Heidi said, how was your transfer in Taiwan? So that was very interesting. So from Seattle to Taiwan, you want to share the story, or do we want the shortcut story or the long story?
We'll give you a little bit of the long version.
Yeah.
I've got a jacked up back. I've got some really bad back problems, so I can't walk very far nor very fast. And somebody convinced me to just suck it up, sucker, and use the wheelchair option.
Yeah.
And so I talked with her, and we agreed that we'll catch him on the way out of the plane and tell him just meet us up at the top, so that way they don't have to push this fat character up that ramp. And by doing that, those people knew exactly the gates we were going to, how to get to them.
And you got the priority to go first.
And because I was on the wheelchair, that we automatically got priority seating and all that good garbage. So in that respect, it went fairly smoothly. And to be honest, anybody that could exercise that option, I almost encourage it, especially if you do not know the airport that you're going to.
Yeah, especially you only have 2 or 1 hours layover.
Yes, Seattle wasn't too bad because we had a 3-hour layover.
Yeah, but that was like a really long process. Like, you need to check.
Yeah, we couldn't have got through there.
You need to check your. Oh my God, we need to take 2 trains, and then I need to go to the airport, and every exit or gate are closed, so the lady knows exactly where we're going.
Yeah, and that was another huge benefit because she knew where she was, and she was an airport employee.
Yeah. For almost 10 years.
That she got to go through the closed areas that we couldn't have went through.
Yeah. Sweet. So that was the one thing that's very interesting was when we started providing when we get our boarding pass, because one, they need to check your
in Seattle
to Taiwan. So that's the very interesting. That's like the longest, waiting line, because one, they need to get your if you have that barcode when you arrive in Cebu International Airport, it's like the quarantine something.
Yeah, they checked every passenger that was coming to the Philippines.
Check your
whether Manila or Cebu. That I guess Manila has a procedure that they have to go through and have
Yeah.
some kind of barcode or
So
something.
they need to make sure you are a Filipino citizen. If you are returning to the Philippines, they need to make sure you are, if you're a foreigner, you need to make sure you have a permanent resident card. Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of passengers got rejected and declined. Even like the wife or the mother is a Filipina, but the baby is an American passport, they would not allow that. So they need to get a Filipino passport or some sort of certification that this baby,
It is dual citizen.
So there's like a lot of
Yeah, there were 4 or 5 people that were
rejected, and there's also
the other thing that kind of ticked me off, and Grumpy John came out and want to bring Grumpy Cindy out. That
rumor is the Balikban privilege still suspended. Any change yet?
As of now, it is.
It is still suspended.
You can let me modify that statement. I've heard of a couple people on Facebook. This is just secondhand knowledge completely. But I've heard of a couple people that have sent their passports to the embassy or consulate and got a pre-approved Balikbayan visa to fly in. But you cannot get them on arrival anymore. You have to do it in advance.
Yeah, but it would take a long time too. So.
But at Seattle Airport, and again, this happened to about 10 passengers.
Yeah.
When it first happened to us, we got there early enough that we were one of the first ones that it happened to. They weighed every one of our carry-ons.
Oh my gosh, that was.
And again, and this is the argument that I put out, and it kind of brought out Grumpy John and want to bring out Grumpy Cindy. That I had checked their site repeatedly, and there were absolutely no published restrictions at that point.
Yeah.
And when we get there, they're saying no, that it's public. It's on our internet that it's only 7 kilograms.
Yeah, 7 kilograms, 15 pounds.
So they made us pare down one bag and check it in,
and paid $150.
And pay $150. There were a bunch of people that had to take out pasalubong
and throw away
and other stuff because they couldn't afford or didn't want to pay the extra $150 for it.
Yeah, it's the first time that we experienced that.
Yeah, I've never seen bags like that weighed.
Yeah, weigh their carry-ons. Wow, I never. Yeah, they really, literally weigh the carry-ons because I never experienced it. And I said to John, we will never fly Eva Air again.
I can't say the entire experience was horrible.
It's just that experience.
But it was not pleasant enough to fly it. I would not willingly resubmit to that.
Yeah, because there's a lot, like mostly of the Filipinos that return are the parents of the wives that are American citizen. Like I know there are like 10, like my mama and papa, that they are going back home and they never experienced that their carry-on weigh, and they were so sad because like, oh my god, they threw all the chocolate.
Yeah, there was one poor lady that was literally in tears over having to throw away a lot of stuff, but they either couldn't afford or wouldn't, and
they don't have.
I almost told them to put it on, just put it on my card. I don't care, just
Actually, no. It's
none of the flights were.
Yeah, none of the flights. It's just like one. There's 3 seats, and then you could only sit one person in the 1 or 2. So
that the max for 3 seats, the max they did was 2.
Yeah, but most of them only had one. And then we slept actually in the chairs. So we got so lucky. That's the very good advantage.
The Pacific flight had the typical seating arrangement, that the 3, 3, and 3.
Yeah.
And the seat we were in, there was the 2 of us and those 3.
Yeah.
And this seat across the aisle, there was nobody.
Yeah.
And so Cindy went over there and folded up the armrests and just laid down and slept. I folded up the armrests in 2 aisles and stretched out and slept.
Yeah.
And we actually were able to kind of modified first class, lay down and sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, the
flight also from Taipei to Cebu, it's only few people that you can only count it's like 20 of us.
Yeah, there may have been 30 people, maybe.
Yeah, less than 30. I could count on that. Yeah.
Like I said, all 3 flights were way underbooked.
Yeah.
And this is my humble opinion only. And in my opinion, I think part of the reason why they're so strict on the baggage is to help with revenue.
Correct.
Because you know that they've got to be losing money on these flights or breaking even at very best.
Yeah, that's true.
When we got here, the gentleman that helped the wheelchair thing, the at the airport.
Yeah.
That he was really cool, and we talked with him, and we spent quite a bit of time talking with him because he was with us throughout the entire process.
Yeah.
And again, because he was an airport employee and been there a while, knew everything, he knew where to get us through and got us through quickly.
Yeah.
But he was saying last week they had 15 flights for the entire week that came into Cebu.
Yeah.
That the brand new Terminal 2, they're actually beginning to shut down. And I think he said starting next week, this coming week, that all the international flights are going to be going back to Terminal 1.
Yeah.
That there's just not enough. Our comments are over here. That's what we periodically come back and read. That there's not enough business to justify leaving it open. And the operating expenses are way too high for it.
Yeah, I agree. But
the one cool thing, because there was so few people coming in, I believe he said that was the only international flight that Terminal 2 was getting in that day.
Yeah.
But because there are so few, and that lab is pretty well staffed, that both him and the hotel clerks, that normally they're back well within 24 hours.
Yeah.
That if you have a morning flight, you're almost guaranteed to get the results first thing the next morning.
Yeah.
And we got them, about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't even 24 hours.
Yeah, it's actually 7 o'clock. So.
We got them 7?
Yeah.
We got them that early?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then we got them about right about 20 hours.
18 hours.
Okay, 18 hours. She's a math person. She's a accountant. I'll trust her math better than mine.
How long is the quarantine?
That one is kind of still a little bit up in the air.
Because I asked my father tomorrow, Monday, he will go.
Talking about this quarantine.
Oh, this quarantine is only. We don't really have a quarantine.
It was basically 24 hours. You gotta get that. You gotta get that.
Result.
Paper on the book.
Result.
Front page. Front bucket. They email you the test results. That's in the front pocket.
Okay.
Oh, other front pocket.
You got a lot of pockets.
I've got a really cool shoulder bag that I use over here. They email you the test results, and the hotel was kind enough to print them out for us so that they had a copy and we get a copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I was just double checking. There was no confidential information on this. That you get one of these emailed to you.
Yeah.
And the hotel staff said that right now that they're relaxed well enough, just carry this with you. And that will, for most things, work as a quarantine pass for you.
Yeah. So we need to make sure every time we go out, we wear a face shield. And I know it's really uncomfortable wearing this.
Yeah, that with your mask is
but it's okay. We gotta do what we gotta do. We're following instructions.
But as far as quarantine, now what she was starting to say is we're going to Sabunga here Tuesday.
Yeah.
And even Papa is not terribly sure.
So my father will need to talk first to the DILG or the LGU in my hometown and see if they will pick up us or they will allow us to drive our private vehicle going to Sibonga with the certification or clearance that we're good to go in our hometown.
So they're not sure if they're going to make us do a 14-day in-house quarantine
Yeah,
or not. So that
it's happened there.
that one
We'll keep you updated.
yeah. Internet in Sabunga, it sucks.
Yeah.
We're doing the live stream here because we've got good internet at the hotel.
Yeah.
Cebu Park Lane actually does have really good internet here, so we're trying the live stream,
Yeah.
and I don't think we'd be able to do a live stream there. I one time tried to upload a video, like a 20-minute video, it took 36 hours to upload.
Yeah.
Although you were saying that there's a friend of yours that was saying that there's fiber available in Sabunga now.
Yeah. So we could take
So right now, a lot of that stuff is just so far up in the air that we can't even see the balls, anymore at this point. We're trying to juggle them so bad. And we're just going to have to see when we get down there.
Yeah.
We will start uploading videos while we're down there.
Yeah.
They do upload, they just take a while. We can go downtown. There's a few downtown spots that we can download them a little bit better and a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
That we can do that if we need to. Movement around in Sabunga, from what she was saying, isn't as restricted as here.
Yeah, we don't know yet too, but because there's CEOs that are fully locked down because their new cases goes to 18 now. So I don't know too, but
okay, that may be changing as we go along too.
So we don't know. It's all
a lot of the only thing we can say for certain is what's going on with us here in Cebu.
Yeah.
In Cebu City, and it's not that bad. We talked with the hotel staff, we talked with a driver and then a pedestrian today, and they're saying that we can get into Ayala Mall without the quarantine pass, just have the PCR tests.
Yeah.
And then because we tried yesterday, and we were both still dead tired, and that was a poor thing to do. And they wouldn't let us in the exit that we.
Yeah, one rule, one. I like that, Kevin from Lumpia Life. I like that. One rule one day, another rule the next. I really like that.
And
one
step
at a
vary
time.
person to person.
Yeah. I know, like you ask this person and the following, it's different, and but
go back, ask the original guy one more time, and you got to get a different answer yet again.
But we also try to make sure we're doing it one step at a time too. Like, okay, we don't want to, exhaust ourselves too. Because it's totally different. Like, it's not the same as 1 year ago when we came here in Cebu. That you could freely go anywhere. Now it's just like restricted, limited. I need to remind you, or I need to remind myself, like, oh, okay, we need to wear a mask, we need to wear a face shield, even if it's so uncomfortable, because one, we're not just helping ourselves, okay, we're helping others too.
Now I realize this may change from area to area, but I know that Kevin and Andy, you guys have got scooters.
In Butuan.
Do they make you guys wear face masks underneath the helmets? Because I've seen some people wearing face masks underneath the helmets, just the mask, not the shield. Here in Cebu City, but I've seen some not wearing it, so I don't know.
Yes, I thought Kevin has a video. We watched that one time that he has that divider and he has the, so we should watch that. Yeah, Kevin. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. And that's the other thing too is just because it's true down there in Butuan, it may not be true in Sabunga.
Yeah, it's totally, it varies in each town.
In Cebu City, it just depends on the officer that stops you.
It's just weird to interesting in my hometown because that's where the police training center is, and the police will just yell at you, or mama and papa are not used to people calling and like, hey, you need to go back to your house, you're not wearing your mask. I'm like, and mama says, it's like we're in prison, we're like in a jail now. Like, I think that's my parents like feeling,
Oh, cool. He's saying the divider's not needed anymore. I've noticed, and on our way over here, I noticed a few people, and the driver was saying that no, just carry your registry of marriage together, and immediate family members.
Yeah.
are allowed to back ride.
True.
But again, this morning we saw a couple, and I understood it was just back riders, but we saw a couple of families with Papa in front, Mama in back, and a couple kids in between. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It does seem that it is getting lesser. We've watched Sunstar Cebu, and they said that there's actually 41 of the barangays, that half the barangays
For the
have
past
not had a
14
new
days,
case in
yeah.
14 days.
Yeah, that's true.
That they are considered to be COVID free at this point.
Yeah.
So things seem to be improving quite a bit.
Yeah, but we're still trying to, restrict it, or trying to be cautious enough to, like, okay, this place, there are just so much people, and we need to maintain social distancing, so we know in ourselves which place we're gonna go, which place is the right place to go, or we try to maintain social distancing, because we don't know that area is still COVID cases, or
And we're still trying to get used to what's going on here.
Yeah.
That we've been in the U.S. since this silliness all began.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a good thing that I did come back early, because
You'd be left down here.
it wasn't too long after I was supposed to come back that this lockdown started.
Yeah.
If Mama and Papa would have stayed to our original date, they would have been screwed.
You'd be left down.
Yeah, because they couldn't have got back to the Philippines. So yeah, this came on kind of unexpectedly, and it has been a game changer for everybody.
Yeah.
In the States, for a multitude of reasons, that there's no consistency, there's no anything at this point except
It's like the convenience. We are so blessed that we are able to go wander around anytime, anywhere, with no restrictions. Yes, we are wearing masks. Sometimes you don't wear masks.
More often than not, I don't wear a mask.
So,
I did manage to find these things that is basically a modified handkerchief,
yeah.
but it suits everybody's needs. Matter of fact, I got 3 of them: a blue, a black, and a red.
Yeah.
And have been wearing that, and so far nobody's complained about it.
Because it's a face covering. So.
And I if it works for them, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
We've each got medical masks.
Yeah, we do.
I keep a spare one in a wrapper in my bag. That way, if somebody does complain about it, I've got one that I can put. I've got an actual medical mask I can put on.
Yeah.
We don't have the true N95 masks in the U.S. Believe it or not, they're still a bit difficult to get.
Yeah.
A couple of videos. Amazing Philippines, that he did a video and showed the face shields that we wear. We paid $15 for 10 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we paid like $15 for 10 of them. And he did a video that there was a table outside of Ayala Mall that was selling the PPE stuff.
Yeah.
And they were wanting 40 pesos for the exact same ones we got.
Yeah, probably better to breathe yours, John. Yeah, that's true.
It's way easier to breathe, and I can kind of tuck it up a little bit so that it separates your nose and mouth, and you breathe in through your nose and out your mouth, and there's no restriction. And the other thing I'll do is I'll leave it just below your nose, so it kind of looks right, but you're actually breathing outside of the mask.
You're so smart.
No, I'm just good at finding ways around things I don't like.
I know, but I'm just grateful you follow and try to,
And we're trying to blend in and trying to figure out what is acceptable here and what isn't.
Yeah.
The other day, yesterday, we talked about person transportation, that we're going to be buying a multi-cab.
Yeah.
And initially, the hotel said no, that they couldn't transfer. They couldn't get us transportation there. And we were still kind of on edge and stuff like that, and decided to heck with it. And, but a little bit later, we got a letter of invitation from the dealership that they that the hotel was asking for.
Yeah.
And this comes down to ask a different person, get a different answer.
Yeah.
We went back down, and there was a lady that was the shift manager or
The
manager.
manager.
The manager?
Yeah.
And she said, no, you didn't need that. That we just arranged transportation for you. And she showed where it was at. We showed her where it was at, and she said, yeah, we can do that. And so we just
Like
booked.
different person have different answer. That's for sure.
But we went down there and kind of
Right?
looked at it. Yeah. And two different people, same place, same everything, just two different people to complete different answers. And we told her about the clerk we'd asked earlier, and we went to Ayala Mall, and the checkpoint getting into the mall said, no, you can't come in without a quarantine pass.
And the other checkpoint, you couldn't actually go. Oh my God.
And so when we came back, and when this lady was there, we told her about that. And she said, no, don't go in that exit, go in this one over here on the side. And we asked the driver going to the Jeep or the multi-cab dealer.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, just go in here by the Starbucks if they don't ask for quarantine passes.
Yeah.
And so that's actually right near BDO Bank, where we need to go tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so we kind of walked and did kind of a scoping out and seeing what the area looked like.
We're scouting. We're like scouting about
kind of scouting out the best routes for this stuff.
Yeah, but overall it was
But we asked a pedestrian, and he said, yeah, that just go down there and just show them and if they say anything, we're from the hotel, and that they'll generally let you through.
Yeah. So overall, as a recap for our travel, before you fly, you need to make sure like you got all the documents needed.
Definitely make sure you get all the documents.
You need to be like the approved quarantine hotel, like they need a barcode. You need to fill up that form online. So it's a lot easier. It's a lot smoother if you're traveling to the Philippines, but as long as you have a permanent resident or a visa to entry in the Philippines. And if you are a Filipino that have Americans, you need to get your dual citizenship. If you don't have a Filipino passport, that's okay. You could show them the dual citizenship certificate. Like
Now there was one that they were giving them crap about their certificate for some reason.
No, because it was not registered, and at the end they're fighting, but the lady accepted because they don't understand each other. There's a miscommunication. The lady said, well, call my door first, and then the attendant said, oh, okay, and then the attendant did not ask further question, and only the guy, the son, like, I have the certificate, why you're not giving it? And then the attendant said, I don't know you have that certificate because this lady called the door. So it's just an entire fiasco, like zoom. So
yeah, it's definitely a challenge traveling here.
Yeah.
And you
need to have like a folder of
we
everything.
were smart. We each had a packet.
Yep.
And then we had a spare packet in one of our check bags.
In everything.
That included photocopies of both of our passports.
Yes, our
and
marriage
included
certificate.
a photocopy of your Filipino passport. Yep. And my permanent resident ACR card.
Yep.
Our marriage certificate.
The Philippines marriage certificate.
Yeah, the Philippines marriage certificate, the Philippines Registry of Marriage.
Yeah.
The barcode for Cebu Airport.
And then the confirmed hotel.
And the confirmed quarantine hotel. And so we had everything in one packet that here, deal with it.
Yeah, so it actually helps. It's actually a lot smoother, even though you go to a different window for this and this, but it actually helps if you have all the documents ready.
Yeah, and by having them, paper clipped together in one folder or one packet, it was easy just to flip through. Here's what you need.
There's no question
they either
about
took it
that.
or whatever.
Okay, you can fly now. Okay, see ya. Something like that.
So
overall,
it wasn't too bad. It was definitely way more complicated than we've ever had in the past.
Yeah.
One thing we weren't able to do is normally we've always done online check-in. And they wouldn't let us do an online check-in this time.
Because they need to check the documents.
And so, that I think that's exactly it. They wanted to make very sure.
Yeah. So it's actually one when you travel, especially with this pandemic, you need to bring a positive mindset.
Yes.
That's really helpful because along the way, it's very tiring, it's stressful, but if you have the positive mindset, it's also help you to get smoother, like both of us get grumpy, but we try to say, okay, we can get through, it's okay.
Other than the one time at Eva Air,
Yeah,
one or the other of us wasn't grumpy.
yeah, that's true.
At Eva
Either
Air,
you're grumpy or I'm grumpy, so
and that helped a lot on getting us through.
yeah.
At Eva Air, they managed to tick off both of us collectively.
Oh, yeah.
That was not good for anybody involved.
Yeah, and then I just tried to, okay, let's just fix this and let's just, move
Yeah, the
on.
loud, angry American came out for a few minutes, and
And then the pacemaker Filipina came also, and we just need to fix this. Okay, we'll pay, we'll deal with it, and go move on. Let's just go to the Philippines. That's the goal here.
yeah, and through some of this, you definitely need to keep your eyes on that prize.
Yeah,
Overall, it wasn't that bad of an experience.
yeah.
I've had
Tick you both. That's true.
and I think that's part of our negative feeling towards Eva Air at this point. That I think if we would have had a better booking experience, we would have been willing to overlook a lot of the stuff. Because the food over here, we only got fed once in the morning, we only got fed twice on that Trans-Pacific flight, which kind of sucked. And both meals
Don't really.
were
And
stereotypical airline food.
yeah, I look so hungry because it's just only 2 meals. Normally it's 3, but the food are not great. Even the snacks.
ANA, you normally get like 4 meals plus stacks, and
ANA is the greatest.
We both love ANA.
So
unfortunately, ANA does not fly into Cebu.
Yeah, but we're just so grateful for you all guys watching. Do you have any questions? Did we said anything, or did we?
Yeah, we've been on this for about a half an hour, a little over a half an hour.
Yeah, we don't want to spend more time.
And we definitely appreciate everybody's time and are trying to be respectful of that.
Thank you, Kevin and Marilu from Lumpia Life, Andy and Agnes from Affiliate Samjo, Michael and Heidi for your comments and feedback. We really appreciate you guys, and also giving us comments, message and Facebook and Instagram. We do appreciate you. Our channel is a small channel, and we're growing, and it's a small community. We tried our best to have that connection, to build that relationship. That's all that matters here. Right, John? So
keep an eye out. Hopefully here by Friday or so, we'll have a video posted of the purchase of the multi-cab.
Yeah, we name it Sunshine, but my brother wants to name it Bumblebee. So
we may have a male and female name on this one.
But I like Sunshine because our first car, the CRV, we called it Snowy because it's white. The second car, we called it Summer, and then this one we called it Sunshine. So we have 3S now. Would you remember that? So it just popped up in my mind. So. But I will just accept the Sunshine, not the Bumblebee, because it's a letter B. I'll just stick with the S. I didn't know.
I love feminine logic.
But I will not, I'm open for ideas. That's my younger brother. And okay, you have a sub name. If Ati's not there, you're called Bumblebee. But if Ati is here, you're called Sunshine. I will see who's in favor for Sunshine and who's in favor for Bumblebee. But I guess I will get that 2 names for the happiness of both sides.
We can put Sunshine on the front, Bumblebee on the back.
Yeah, right? I like that. That's a good idea.
Depends on whether you're coming or going, which one it's called.
Yeah,
but,
that's true.
It's actually kind of a cool multi-cab that we're both looking forward to it.
Yeah, Mama and Papa
is trying to convince the government, the Cebu town government, to allow us to just drive it back.
Yeah.
And that would be the simplest solution for everybody involved.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
We'll keep you updated. And So we don't want to keep,
Dragging this out.
correct. And we just thank you. We appreciate you. We love you guys. Thank you for your warm, greetings back home in the Philippines. Right, John?
Oh, so ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Mabuhay.
We're so funny. We have this. Okay. Bye, y'all.